Chief Seattle, A Great Statesman by Elizabeth Rider Montgomery. War Chief, Chapter 4. A scout brought dreadful news to the Suquamish village. The river tribes are coming. Seattle was now 21. He knew what the warning meant. Their enemies, the Muckleshoots, were on the warpath. They would attack the peaceful Puget Sound Indians. Many would be killed. Women and children would be made slaves. Chief Schwabe called 6 tribes to a war council in Old Man House. This was a big apartment house by the Sound, with about 40 apartments. Sometimes 700 people lived there. Old Man House was 1,000 feet long. Posts 7 feet thick held up the roof. Pictures were carved and painted on them. As usual, the oldest men spoke first. "We must hide," said the old chief Kitsap. "Only in the forest will we be safe." "No," said Schwabe. "The Suquamish will be safer here in Old Man House. I will bring them all inside." One after another, the old men spoke. Not one of them had a plan for everybody. These tribes had never before worked together. At last, it was the turn of the young men to speak. Seattle was the first. His voice was deep and powerful. All the Indians listened. "If we must fight," said Seattle, "let us all fight together. One tribe is weak, but 6 tribes will be strong." He told them his plan to trap the enemy. "Seattle has spoken well," said the young Indians. "It is a wise plan," the old men agreed. The Indians elected Seattle war chief to lead the 6 Puget Sound tribes. When his warriors were ready, Chief Seattle led them up the White River to a bend in the stream. There were high banks on each side. "We will set up a trap here," Seattle told them. The Indians cut down a great fir tree with stone tools. It took many hours. At last the tree fell across the river, stretching from one bank to the other. It could not be seen above the bend. Then Seattle and his warriors hid. It was not long before 5 big canoes came down the river. Each one was filled with Indians in bright war paint. Quick as an arrow, the first canoe came around the bend. The current was very swift. Too late, the Indians saw the big tree. They could not go around it. They could not go under it. The canoes smashed into the tree and upset. The Indians fell into the water. Seattle and his men rushed out of the woods. Not a single enemy reached the shore. Another canoe came down the river, and then another. The same thing happened each time. Then the last 2 canoes came. This time the river Indians could tell that something was wrong. Instead of going around the bend, they headed for the shore. Chief Seattle and his warriors captured them.